What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to Cat Attacks Life. I just wanted to test out this new microphone that I got, and I've been everywhere at the same time, and I moved. So then this microphone was just sitting here, brand new. Now that I have the space and just kind of the allowance to do it, here I am. Hello, everybody. I don't know if this is gonna make it out to my official podcast on Spotify and iTunes, by the way. But yes, I did want to record something just to get this flow going again. How are you? How are you guys? You can actually talk to me. I hope you do, though. I don't know where you're listening right now, whether you're in your car, maybe on break at work, maybe you're just at home chilling, maybe you're taking a shit. That's cool. I'm here with you. I'm here with that. Yeah, it's June 9th as I record this. So it is a very interesting time period. It's summer. Hope you guys are surviving out there. Summer in Las Vegas is not for the faint of heart. And it's really, really tricky because inside of my own home is so comfortable. When you step outside, it's like getting smacked by the oven. But so yeah, I didn't really know what to talk about when I press record here. I just kind of do the thing. Hopefully something meaningful ends up spewing out of my mouth. I don't know. So yeah, very, very interesting dynamics between energy and what's happening right now. If you know me, if you guys are familiar with what I do, I just kind of talk about different aspects of mental health, physical, spiritual things, random things. Sometimes I just don't have a plan when it comes to recording something, and then it just kind of flows into whatever it ends up being at the end. So yeah, working through a lot of difficult or dense emotions right now. When it comes down to a lot of things, I've learned so much in the last half year. It is halfway through 2022, which is crazy already. And I feel so different from the beginning of it. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of things to process. I probably have not processed it myself. So here I am doing it with you guys. Me and my friend and I, Honest. If you're listening to this, Honest, I love you forever. You're amazing, and I love talking to you. So me and my friend Honest have created this way of seeing positive and negative energy. Positive being free-flowing and negative being dense. But we don't want to attach the notion of it being good or bad, because energy is energy. Whether it means that you want to experience it or not, there's no way around some things, and sometimes you just have to go through some dense things. And so free-flowing, resistance-free kind of is the idea. It's like walking through fog. It's just, you just do it, okay? And there's no resistance to you. When it comes down to dense energy, quote-unquote negative or bad, dense takes some time to work through. It's like having to sit there and push through things, continuously push through a wall maybe, but eventually you'll get through it. Eventually you won't have a problem pushing it. So that's what that is. That's what we've created, and definitely a good way of connecting that when it comes down to the things that you go through. Sometimes we just go through dense things, and they're not good. It's kind of like a neutral standpoint to have it be free-flowing or free and versus dense. So as I speak, Saturn is in retrograde, and I'm gonna get into this a little bit. I do want to expand on astrology for my podcast, but it takes a lot. I don't know if you guys are interested in listening to that, but let me know. So Saturn in astrology represents the planet of maturity. It is the realest planet. It's like the planet where it will humble you in ways, or things that you have to learn during your lifetime, is Saturn. So right now Saturn is in retrograde in Aquarius, and it is going to stay from it's going to stay in retrograde June to October. And so you might have things that come up. This planet is about what you need to learn. So past things, past situations, past experience, past feelings can probably come up during this time period, and it's very important to keep a level head about it, because a lot of people will just do things based off what they know. And when we start doing these things, you fall into the same patterns and the same pits and the same kind of situations. So it's really crucial to understand that we have a choice and we have our own avenues to take that are not the same. Okay, maybe we just have to create a path on our own. Maybe we just have to forge something that comes from nothing because we've never been here before. A lot of things that we experience in our lifetime are things that we've never experienced before, so we wouldn't know how to work through them without the correct lessons that we need to learn. So this time, Saturn in retrograde is going to be tricky. Okay, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, but if you're aware of things and if you're aware of the lessons that you've learned over some experiences and they come up again, and just keep in mind of these things. We don't want things to repeat, especially if they're dense. Okay, especially if they're dense or triggering or something that came from like past trauma. We don't want any of these things. So yeah, take some time out. Absolutely. Just ground yourself as much as you can. Check your chart to see where Saturn is in there. Mine's in Pisces, so I'm not going to get into my chart, but going into what that means for me is like having to be aware of myself, and my Saturn is in Pisces in the 4th house. So home, being aware of the space that I need to keep for myself, the way that I have to ground myself and stay in the real life as opposed to my fantasy life. Like sometimes I get in my head, sometimes I fall in love with expectations, and then that's just one of the things Saturn will do is make you realize that, like, hey, come back to the real life. And I'm if you know me, I'm a very pragmatic person, so I like to keep it level most of the time. So yeah, that's one of the things I have to work through in this time. So again, check your chart. There's a lot of sites online to see where you can find your birth chart. I use astroseek.com. It's astro-seek.com for that. And there's a lot of information and a lot of cool things to check out there as well. So yeah. So the energy for everybody is going to be literally everybody is going to be really tricky. So don't be hard on yourself. Okay. Don't beat yourself up for things that you thought that would, be, that you won't experience again. Life doesn't work like that. Energy doesn't work like that. We just have to learn the lessons and act accordingly. So yeah. I am very grateful right now. I'm grateful every day, but I come from a place where it does feel like I have more support. My friends are amazing, and again, if you're listening to this, you're probably one of my friends, and I love you so much. You guys don't understand how much you've done for me in every sense of the word. Like, all my friends represent a part of me, and coming together, and I have cultivated like this group of people that just make it easier for me to flow through this lifetime right now. Sorry. But yes, I love you guys. I love my friends. My friendships are the most important relationships that I can ever, maintain. And another thing that I was kind of wanting to relay, like, I'm a very psychologically charged person sometimes. So, they say in psychology, fun fact, that if you have if you're able to maintain relationships with your friends and you have a lot of good people around you and you have really close relationships with your friends, it's a sign that you probably have a really good relationship with yourself. So healthy relationships equals healthy relationship with self. That's just the way that works. So if you ever question anyone, just ask how many friends they have and if they're really close to them or if they can trust them. So yes, that's just, again, another way of finding out different green and red flags from people. I don't know, I'm like this. I'm actually just getting better from a cold that I had a few days ago, so I might be just coughing up the rest of it. But yeah, it goes to say there's a lot of dense energy that I'm working through, and just finding different meanings to it all, and different spaces for myself to work through. I learned a lot about disassociation and how I get into it, not into it, but how I work through it. You know, I get anxious sometimes. It's a defense mechanism for my body, but I disassociate in times where I have a lot of anxiety, and then I just check out. So checking out for me is one of those things that I do, but then noticing that I am checked out is the worst feeling, and having to ground myself is really important. But yeah, that's how I that's how I kind of work through that. I don't know how I get myself back. I just kind of let it flow, or let myself be checked out, and then find a way to get checked back in. Because it is difficult, you know, and especially if you're not aware, especially if you're just, you know, if that's what you're familiar with, is just being mentally out. It's hard, you know, but once you are aware that you are, it just, the little tricks and nuances to get back are very important. So I don't know, how do you guys check back in? If you guys ever notice that you're disassociated, how do you bring yourself back from that feeling? Is very interesting. Let me know. Again, I don't want to get too deep, but there is a lot of content and there's a lot of context that I want to get through and start my podcast up again, because I did miss doing this, and I have ideas for you guys and people that I want to have on the show. Like, it's so important for me to get all these stories out there, and I am very excited to be back. So you guys will be hearing a lot more. Again, this is just summertime introduction, Cat Attacks Live in 2022. And if you have any ideas, let me know. I love feedback, and I love hearing from all you guys. So thank you for listening to this and me rambling. I will be back with a new episode as part of the summer premiere, whatever. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out the podcast on Spotify, iTunes. So check out, or follow my Instagram. Actually, and my other one was hacked. It's not at Cat of Wands anymore. That one is done. My Instagram that I use right now is at Cat Mugot, which is my name. KATMUGOT. Follow me there on Instagram. All right, guys. Again, thank you for listening. I'll be back, and I'll talk to you next time.